right, 1 Chronicles 25. Let's call this one Organized to Learn Efficiently. Understanding. In the previous chapter, we talked about the ways in which the priests were drawing on information that was both old and new, staying current on a fresh revelation from God as to how to administer justice. In this chapter, we're going to see the ways in which the prophecies went along with the music, which seemed weird to me the first time I read it until I looked at verse 1, where it's going to say, David and the chiefs of the service also set apart for the service of the sons of Asaph and of Hernan and of Jeduthun, who prophesied with lyres and harps and cymbals. Seemed odd to me. Saw it again after going through it a few times. Verse 2 is going to say, who prophesied under the direction of the king. And again, maybe midway down verse 3, it's going to say, as of the sons of Jeduthun, who prophesied with the lyre in thanksgiving and praise to God. Of course, the lyre being a stringed instrument. And I thought about it this way, or I guess it finally sunk in, that from the time that we're yay high, especially if you grow up in church or just growing up in school, you got nursery rhymes. And one of the reasons that they rhyme is because they're catchy. And so when I began to compare this passage to the Psalms, I began to realize that once again, this was a society where not everybody had ready access to the scrolls, but they were all told to teach their kids from the time they got up in the morning to the time they went to bed at night, to look at your doorpost. What parts of the law should be written on the doorpost? Look at the gates. Parts of the law should be written on the gates. And now we're seeing parts of their wisdom or prophesying about beyond the law, once again, about the things to look forward to are going to be in your songs. And so even if you can't go to school to be a scribe or someone who's dedicated to learning the knowledge of God, the very songs that everyone has access to give you ready information or access to the things that God is promising you can look forward to. And why is that important? Well, it's not just for the kids. There are times when, as people, we are so busy, we just get exhausted with study, especially if study is something that you do. But you don't always have the time to rest to the point where you're at your 100% freshest when you got to get back to it. And so one of the ways we can also learn efficiently, even at an older age, is through song. One of the things you will sometimes hear is garbage in, garbage out. So if I'm going from studying something healthy to something that's fun, yeah, that might be okay. But if that's something that's fun is pulling my mind in a completely different direction, then I got to refocus. And I'm like, as opposed to me being able to listen to something that's fun, that is also helping me stay focused on what I need to do just in a more relaxed frame of mind, which is why Organized to Learn Efficiently seemed to be an appropriate title for this chapter. As we see David organize the musicians in a way that seems to allow God the ability to grow his people's minds even while they rest.